Hi guys, let's move on to the next exercise. Before we start the next exercise, let's revise a few things that we already know. If there is a line which is x is equal to 0, which axis is it? Yes, it's the y-axis. So just a reminder, a line x is equal to 0 basically means the y-axis. If the line is y is equal to 0, then yes, the line is x-axis. So any point on the y-axis, the coordinates would be 0, y. Any point on the x-axis, the coordinate would be x, 0. A line parallel to x-axis. So a line parallel to x-axis would be, let's say, y is equal to 1, 2, y is equal to 2, y is equal to 3, or so on. Similarly, a line parallel to y-axis would be x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, or x is equal to 3, and so on. The standard equation of a line is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the slope, c is the y-intercept. In the previous exercise, we learned how to make the equation of a line which is passing through a point x1, y1, and the slope is m. The equation would be y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. If two lines are parallel, then m1 is equal to m2, and if two lines are perpendicular, then m1 into m2 is equal to -1. So these are the few concepts that I wanted to revise before we start this exercise. So let's look at some questions. Question number 1, part 3. It says find the slope and y-intercept of the line 3x minus 4y is equal to 5. So now let me write it in the standard form. So 3x minus 4y is equal to 5. Let me take this on this side and 5 on the other side, and I get 4y is equal to 3x minus 5, which means y is equal to 3 by 4x minus 5 by 4. Now we'll compare it with the standard form of an equation which is comparing with y is equal to mx plus c. We get m is equal to 3 by 4 and c is equal to -5 by 4. So that's my answer. M is equal to 3 by 4 and c is equal to -5 by 4. Next question. The next question that we do is question number 3, part 4. It says determine x so that the slope of the line through 1, 4 and x, 2 is 2. So we need to find the value of x so that the slope through this will be 2. So we know the slope. So slope will be equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. In this case, the slope should be 2. So let's substitute values. y2 is 2 minus y1 is 4, x2 is x, and x1 is 1, and the required slope is 2. This is -2 is equal to 2 times x minus 1, which means -2 is equal to 2x minus 2, which means -2 and -2 gets cancelled, which means 2x is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 0. So we need to find the value of x, and the value of x is 0. Next, question number 4, part 1. It says find the slope of the line which is parallel to the line x plus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0. So since the required line is parallel to x plus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0, therefore slope of x plus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0 is equal to slope of the required line. So the two slopes will be equal. So let's find the slope of this line. So this is x plus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0, which means 2y is equal to -x minus 3, which means y is equal to -x upon 2 minus 3 upon 2. Therefore slope of required line, so the slope here is m is -½, therefore slope of required line is also -½ because the two lines are parallel to each other. Perfect. Let's move on to the next question. The next question that we do is question number 5, part 1. It says find the slope of the line which is perpendicular to x minus y by 2 plus 3 is equal to 0. So let's find the slope of this first. Let's figure it out. So slope of x minus y by 2 plus 3 is equal to 0. Let's find this. Right, so let's take LCM. This will be 2x minus y plus 6 is equal to upon 2 is equal to 0, which means 2x minus y plus 6 is equal to 0, which means y is equal to 2x plus 6. Therefore, slope is equal to 2. Since required line is perpendicular to x minus y by 2 plus 3 is equal to 0, which means slope of line 1 multiplied with slope of required line will be equal to -1. So slope of given line is 2 multiplied with slope of the required line is equal to -12. Therefore, slope of the required line will be equal to -12. Same answer as the previous one. Yes, same answer as the previous one, but the correct answer as well. Perfect. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is question number 9. It says the lines represented by 4x plus 3y is equal to 9 and px minus 6y is equal to 3. Px minus 6y plus 3 is equal to 0. My mistake. I have copied the question incorrectly. This is px minus 6y plus 3 is equal to 0 are parallel, find p. So now since these two lines are parallel, which means m1 and m2 will be equal. So since lines are parallel, therefore m1 is equal to m2. So let's find the slope of the first line. So 3y is equal to -4x plus 9, which means y is equal to -4 by 3x plus 9 upon 3, which means 3. Therefore, slope of the first line is -4 by 3. Let's look at the second line. The second line is px minus 6y plus 3 is equal to 0, which means 6y is equal to px plus 3, which means y is equal to p by 6x plus 3 upon 6, which is half. Since m1, and the m2 in this case will be equal to p by 6. Since m1 is equal to m2, let's equate -4 by 3 is equal to p by 6, which means p will be equal to -4 into 6 upon 3, that 3 1 3 2. Therefore p is equal to -8. What do they want in the question? Find p. Done. So again we are using the same two concepts. Two lines are parallel, then m1 is equal to m2. Two lines are perpendicular, then m1 into m2 is equal to -1. So these are the only two concepts that we've done, and we will keep using them throughout the exercise. Next question. It says question number 11. The line through -2 3 and b 4b is perpendicular to 2x minus 4y is equal to 5. 2x minus 4y is equal to 5. Find the value of b. So let's find the slope of 2x minus 4y is equal to 5. So slope of 2x minus 4y is equal to 5 will be given as 4y is equal to 2x minus 5, which means y is equal to 2x upon 4, which is x by 2 minus 5 by 4. Correct? Therefore, the slope of this line m1 is equal to half. So we know the slope of line 1. We need to find the slope of we know that this line through this is perpendicular. So we know that the slope of this line will be -12, right? So -2. Let's try. Since 2x minus 4y is equal to 5 is perpendicular to the other line, therefore m1 into m2 will be equal to -1, which means half into m2 is equal to -1. Therefore m2 will be equal to -. Perfect. So we need to find the value of b, and we know slope of line through -2, 3 and 4 comma b will be given by y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, correct, which will be y2 in this case is b minus 3 upon x2 is 4 minus of negative 2, which means 4 plus 2, and this is given equal to negative 2. Let's cross multiply. This will be b minus 3 is equal to 6 into negative 2, that's negative 12, which means b is equal to negative 9. Let's check. Line through something and something is perpendicular to this. So we first found the slope of this given line. The slope was half. Since these two lines are perpendicular, we use the formula m1 into m2 is equal to negative 1, and we figured out the line slope of m2. And the slope of m2 is also given by the formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. We substituted values and we got the value of b as negative 9. So let's look at the next question. The next question that we do is question number 13. What does the question say? Question number 13 says, find the equation of the line passing through 5 comma negative 3 and parallel to x minus 3y is equal to 4. So this line is passing through one point and it is parallel to this line, which means we will use the formula y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. This is how we'll find the equation of the required line. So I know y1, I know x1, all I need to figure out m. Now it says this line is parallel to this, so the slope of the required line is equal to the slope of given line. Perfect. Now let's figure this out. So since required line is parallel to x minus 3y is equal to 4, therefore slope of the required line will be equal to slope of x minus 3y is equal to 4. Now let's figure out the slope of x minus 3y is equal to 4. So x minus 3y is equal to 4 means 3y is equal to x minus 4, which means y is equal to x by 3 minus 4. Therefore slope is equal to 1 upon 3. So that's the slope of the required line. Now therefore equation of required line, now we said it will be given by y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. In this case y1 is negative 3, so it's y minus negative 3, which means y plus 3. M is 1 by 3, x minus x1, that's negative x minus 5. Let's cross multiply. This will be 3y plus 9 is equal to x minus 5, which means 3y is 3y is equal to x minus 14. Perfect. 3y is equal to x minus 14. So let's look at this question once again. We knew that the line will pass through one point here and it will be parallel to this. So we always knew that we will use this formula y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. Since these two lines are parallel, which means the slope of this line and the required line will be equal. So we first figure out the slope of the required line and then we put it in the formula. Perfect. Now let's look at the next question, which is question number 15. So what does question 15 says? Question 15 says find equation of the line which is the perpendicular bisector of the line segment obtained on joining something and something. So my favorite way, this is basically the line which will be obtained on joining 6, negative 3 and 0, 3. We need to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So I need to find the equation of this required line. Let me give them some name. A, B, C and D. This is perpendicular and it is bisecting. So I basically need to find equation of CD if I look at this. So equation of CD is what? For that I'll need to know this point and I'll need to know the slope of CD. Now since these two lines are perpendicular, which means the slope of AB versus slope of CD multiplied with slope of CD will be equal to negative 1. Perfect. So let's start writing. Let A is equal to 6, negative 3, B is equal to 0, 3 and midpoint of AB is equal to D and required line is equal to CD. So these are the elements that we've assumed. Now let's find the midpoint of AB first. So midpoint of AB, which is equal to D, will be equal to 6 plus 0 upon 2 and negative 3 plus 3 upon 2. So this will be equal to 3 comma 0. So D now is 3 comma 0. I need to find the equation of a line which passes through D0, which is passes through D, which is 3 0 and is perpendicular to AB. So let's find the slope of AB. Slope of AB will be given by y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. In this case, 3 minus negative 3, which is 3 plus 3 upon 0 minus 6, which is equal to negative 1. So since AB is perpendicular to CD, which means slope of AB multiplied with slope of CD will be equal to negative 1. We know the slope of AB already, which means negative 1 multiplied with slope of CD is equal to negative 1. Therefore, slope of CD is basically equal to 1. So first we figured out the slope of AB, then we figured out the slope of the required line, in this case CD. Now we need to know the slope of this line is m is equal to 1 and it is passing through 3 0. Therefore, equation of required line, in this case it is CD, will be given by y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. In this case, it is passing through 3 0, which means y minus 0 is equal to 1 times x minus 3, which means y is equal to x minus 3. That's the equation of the required line. Let's see what else does the question say. It says find the equation. We've already done. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we do will be question number 17. In fact, you can put a star on this question. Interesting question. Let's look at this. B and D are vertices of a rhombus ABCD. Negative 5, 6 and 1, 4 are vertices of a rhombus. We need to find the equations of AC and BD, which are the two diagonals. So my favorite method, let's look at a rough diagram. Correct? So this is a rhombus. Let's quickly revise the properties of a rhombus. Yes, all four sides are equal. What else? Anything else do you remember? Yes, the diagonals bisect each other. Since we are talking about the diagonals, so we'll basically have to find some properties of the diagonals. So the diagonals bisect each other. And anything else do you remember? Yes, the diagonals bisect at 90 degrees. Perfect. So this is the most important property of the diagonal of the rhombus, which will help us solve this question. So since, and let this point be O, right? So let this give this some name, O. So since diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at 90 degree, what it means is AC is perpendicular to BD. Right, AC and BD are perpendicular to each other. We know BD. Let's find the equation of BD first, and then we'll try and find the equation of AC. So let's look at BD. So for BD, slope of BD, that's the first thing that we'll need, will be given by y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. In this case, let y2 be 4 minus y1, that's 6 upon 1 minus negative 5, which is 1 plus 5. This is negative 2 upon 6, which means this is equal to negative 1 upon 3. Perfect. So now let's put this in the equation. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So y minus y1. Which one do you want to take as y1? Let's take B as the y1. So this is let's take this is negative 5 and 6 as x1 and y1. So y minus 6 is equal to slope is negative 1 by 3 x minus negative 5, which is x plus 5, which means let's cross multiply now. So this will be 3y minus 18 will be equal to negative x minus 5. Let's take x and y on one side. So 3y plus x is equal to negative 5 plus 18, which means 13. Like I said in the previous video, you can write the equation in whichever form. 3y is equal to negative x plus 13 is also fine. I usually prefer to write it in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So most of the time you will see me write the answer as this, but you can write the answer as this as well. Perfect. So this is the equation of diagonal BD. Perfect. So now we've got the first equation. Let's find the equation of AC as well. Since diagonals bisect each other, we've done a question like this earlier. Since diagonals bisect each other, therefore midpoint of BD is equal to midpoint of AC. So let's find the midpoint of BD, which is basically O. Therefore midpoint of BD will be equal to BD would be 1 minus 5 upon 2 comma 4 plus 6 upon 2, which is equal to negative 4 upon 2, that's negative 2, and that's 10 upon 2, which is 5. So the midpoint of BD is this, which is equal to midpoint of AC. So now we basically need to find the equation of AC, which is passing through negative to 5. Since AC is perpendicular to BD, which means slope of AC into slope of BD will be equal to negative 1. Now we already know the slope of BD, which is negative 1 by 3. So slope of AC into negative 1 by 3 is equal to negative 1, which means slope of AC will be equal to 3. Negative 1 into 3 upon negative 1, that's 3. So now the slope of this line is 3. So this is the slope of this line, and it is passing through negative to 5. So equation of AC will be given by y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Y minus, it's passing through negative to 5, which means y minus 5 is equal to m, which is 3x minus negative 2, which is x plus 2. So y is equal to 3x plus 6 plus 5. I've taken this on the other side, which means y will be equal to 3x plus 11. So this is equation of diagonal AC. Perfect. They wanted the equation of two diagonals, which we've already done. So let's finish this video here. Let me give you some homework questions. So homework questions for you till now would be question number 10, question number 12, question number 13 part 2, question 14 and question 16. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe. I'll see you with the next video. Bye bye.